Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Kardec Radio here on Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See here. Hello, everybody. Thank you for being here tonight with our Spiritist Magazine program live on Facebook and live on Kardec Radio app as well. And if we haven't met yet, this is our second program. My name is Sheyne Martin. I am broadcasting to you from Richmond, Virginia. Seems like all of our systems are working. Hello, everybody. I see beautiful hearts and faces here. Thank you so much, dear Vanessa. Much gratitude to you for all that you've done as the editor-in-chief of the Spiritist magazine. Very thankful to all the mentors of Kardec Radio and the Spiritist magazine that allow us to be here tonight. And as you know, the Spiritist magazine is an official publication of the International Spiritist Council. It is an effort to continue Kardec's effort when he started the Review Spirit in January 1st, 1858. And as you can see here on the screen, if you'd like to read the magazine, you can go to thespiritistmagazine.org. You can like the Facebook page of the Spiritist magazine. And then as you go to the website, you are able to do a bunch of different things. As you can see here, you can download our free PDF file, a beautiful PDF file that has all the almost all the issues of the magazine since it started in the English language. You can install a free app for your phone on the Google App Store and the Apple App Store, free of charge. You can download the app and read it at your convenience. You can also, if you go to the website, spiritistmagazine.org, you can order a printed copy of the magazine, which will look like this. I showed you last time. It's a beautiful magazine, excellent quality, and we are extremely thankful. This is the one that I happen to have at home. Extremely thankful for the Spiritist magazine team that is working really hard to bring all these teachings to us. So as we meet here every week, I will be reading one of the articles to you, and we'll pick a couple of items from each of the articles to discuss, briefly discuss, of course, because there's so many things we can discuss from all of the articles. And the Spiritist magazine is also a place where you can get English articles and topics of relevance today from many books that have been translated and are awaiting publication. So there are a lot of different resources there for you, for your family members and friends. Great opportunity to use our time wisely. Like I said last time, if you're waiting at a line, if you're waiting in the physician's office or a cup of coffee, you can download the magazine. You always have that as inspirational messages and articles. Also, the other thing you can do is you can go to the kardecradio.com website, and there, if you go to podcasts, there are a few recorded programs that we've done in the past, just the recordings of the programs, and we've transitioned those recordings here to the Facebook Live. So here we go. All right, I hope everybody is doing well. Feel welcome, not only by me, but all of the good spirits that are always with us at all times. Today's article, as you can see, is from issue 44, which is the latest issue of the Spiritist magazine, published in January of 2019. That's the publication date. It was actually released a few days around Christmas time, and it celebrates 10 years of continuous publication. And today's, as you can see, this is a screenshot of the PDF, the high quality PDF you can download, and the article is titled 20 Exercises for Inner Transformation by the Spirit Sheila, and by the medium Francisco Cândido Xavier. And it comes from a book entitled Ideal Espírita, which would be Spiritist Ideal by various spirits by the medium Chico Xavier. And this book was published in 1963. So I'm going to read, I know you cannot read what is on the screen right now, but I will read to you the 20 items that she recommends as those exercises for inner transformation. Then I will bring to you one by one, and we will discuss a few of them, okay? I hope that you can follow with me, and I'll put it here. As I said, this is issue 44, and if you download the PDF, it would be pages 40 and 41. Leave it on for a little bit. So number one, as we start, this is for me, as we start January, we will, new year, new goals, new objectives. We're all trying to work out how are we gonna be doing our different things we've planned for the year. And the spirits always have different suggestions for us. So those are good exercises for us to work, not only throughout the month of January, but all throughout the year. So 20 exercises for inner transformation. Number one, joyfully fulfill your obligations. Be silent in the face of offense. Number three, forget the favor done by you. Number four, exempt friends from doing any kind acts for you. Number five, silence your aggressiveness. Number six, do not condemn opinions that are different from yours. Number seven, abolish any malicious or unnecessary questions. Number eight, repeat information and teachings without any bitterness. Number nine, train your patience constantly. Number 10, listen fraternally to our fellow sorrows without interjecting with your own pain. Number 11, seek without pretension the best way to be useful. Number 12, forgive without excusing yourself. Number 13, do not speak bad about anyone. Number 14, seek the best in all people that share their experiences with you. Number 15, rejoice with the happiness of others. Number 16, do not bother who is working. Number 17, help spontaneously. Number 18, respect the service of others. Number 19, reduce your private problems. And number 20, serve with goodwill when sickness visits you. And she continues, the apprentice in the terrestrial experience who wants and can apply themselves to at least some of the exercises here proposed certainly will receive from the Divine Master the most distinct notes in the course of charity in the school of life. Here you have, dear friends, 20 beautiful suggestions and tips for us to be working upon, right? So in the next 20 days, the recommendation would be try to pick one and apply that one in the next few days. Thank you all for your love, for your hearts, for the showers of kindness to you, dear Sol Souza, Elza Leal, Rosa Gladys, our dear Vanessa, Alice Diaz da Cruz, Marisa Puyani, Edna Portela. Thank you. Welcome if you're watching us live. Welcome if you are listening to us on demand. Let's go, friends. 20 exercises. So I've selected a few of them. We'll see if we can go through some reflections. Remember, every time we work on any of these teachings, we want to know, of course, we want to gather that knowledge deep inside our brains, but also deep in our hearts. So we always ask, how can I apply these to my daily lives? Joyfully fulfill your obligations. They didn't say small, big, or large, all of our obligations, dutifully, right? There's a reason why we're supposed to do certain things. So let's start with our small obligations of everyday lives. Let's fulfill them with joy, with kindness, with diligence. Then, everywhere, all the time, if we're able to deal with smaller obligations, then our Master can use us, our Master who, Jesus, can use us to each and every day accomplish bigger and better things that will help each and every person, right? Our obligations towards others and our obligations towards ourselves. Be silent in the face of offense. Now, difficult, right? Difficult but crucial. Why? Because sometimes we don't know the motives behind offenses, and sometimes people do not mean to offend us. Sometimes they might. Sometimes we feel offended and not necessarily was intended as an offense. So let's be silent. Let's not engage in discussions, mental battles, verbal battles, and absolutely no physical battles also, right? So being silent in the face of what we perceive as offenses toward ourselves. Let's use the examples that come to mind in the books of Andre Luis are of, the mentors and the teachers in those books where they are engaged in more rebellious spirits and they're always silent, they don't engage, they don't fight back. So we need to be meek and be silent. Sometimes silence is charity, not engaging and not feeding that fire inside ourselves and others. This is a good one. Forget the favor done by you. So do favors, help others, but without interest, without hidden interest, or disinterested. And why do you think our dear Sheyla is telling us that? Because sometimes we help, but unconsciously we would like some praise. We may want some recognition. So they say, these good spirits tell us, forget the favor done by you. Help, let it be, move on to help someone else. And if you go to the book, Jesus at Home by Neo Lucio, I think it's chapter 16, Mutual Help. So try to help those who cannot give anything back to you. So sometimes we have people who we know can do something for us in the future. Let's work on working humbly, helping others without seeking any praise, forgetting what we've done, moving on to help those who are in need. Exempt friends from doing any kind acts to you. Do kind acts to them. They may do kind acts towards us, but don't exempt them from it. And of course, don't expect them to. right? They don't have the obligation to do any kind of acts towards us, but they may be thankful if they do. This is a good one too. Silence your aggressiveness, right? So undisciplined aggression can cause many harm to ourselves. We are multimillionaire souls. I know we are in the month of January where we're making all these beautiful goals, trying to get so much accomplished, right? Our to-do lists. Let's put on our list to silence our aggressiveness. Even if you felt aggressive, discipline that aggression inside of yourself. Remember, you are an immortal soul. You've had many, many lives, and you may carry with you some of those aggressions inside of yourself. So let's work. First, acknowledge the aggressiveness if it exists. Perceive it. Take a deep breath. Don't engage. It kind of goes with be silent in the face of offense. Don't engage. Don't fight back, right? In any way, shape, or form. Good spirits are really good to us. And she continues, do not condemn opinions that are different from, it should be yours, but the translation is ours, I think. Do not condemn opinions that are different from the ones you have. So folks, just as much as we do, they have the right to have their opinions based on whatever truth they believe it's correct. But it's our duty, that's their problem. Their opinion and how they act towards it is their business. But you and us, or myself, condemning those opinions is our problem. So do not condemn them. We need to be respectful. No, your right, my right ends when someone else's rights begin. Right? So be respectful of their opinions. Because your truth is different from their truth, right? Depending on the set of circumstances, and even if it's a proven fact, because we're talking about opinions, right? Sometimes they have the right to have an opinion. Reality may tell them differently. Evidence may tell them differently, but they're still entitled to their opinions, and it's our obligation as brothers and sisters in humanity to not condemning them. Not thinking bad or talking badly about them. Abolish any malicious or unnecessary questions. And I'll share something with you. So let's engage in a need-to-know basis. Right? That's scientists in a large hospital, and we are trained to work with data, personal data from folks, and we work on a need-to-know basis. If I don't need to know, I have no business looking it up. So when you encounter someone you love, a friend or a stranger, ask yourself, is this question helpful? Do I need to know this? If they share, it's different. But sometimes when we ask people unnecessary questions, they may share too much with us. And then we encounter a problem where they may feel regret of telling you something, or we are probing into their intimacy, and we may even humiliate them when we use our curiosity and we ask too many questions. So let's abolish those questions. Repeat information and teachings without any bitterness. Right? So let's share the beautiful teachings we learn with Spiritism without any bitterness. I like this one. Train your patient constantly. So patience, remember, it goes kind of back with the silence your aggressiveness and silence the aggression inside ourselves. And train your patient. Take those deep breaths. Engage your parasympathetic nervous system, the relaxation breathing. Think before you say anything. Think before you act. And control those emotions as well, right? There are many opportunities on a daily basis because we are all on earth as imperfect souls yet learning with one another. So there will be many opportunities for us to train to be patient. Listen fraternally to our fellow sorrows without interjecting your own pain. So listen without adding your own. Just listen. Sometimes folks just want to talk. They don't need us to tell them, I understand. Well, in my time when I went through a similar situation, because we probably don't have the same situation. Each person is unique, right? And then everybody has their own pain. In one way, we don't need to add to anybody's pains. So listening fraternally can also be an exercise in patience without remove the need for you to respond to them, remove the need of giving your opinion or fixing the problem. Sometimes we are talking to someone, we're not listening to them, we're actually thinking about what am I going to say next? What should I say next? What is my solution to this problem? And sometimes you can guide them towards their own answers to their problems. And sometimes all you have to do is lend a listening ear without encountering those situations where we are all, well, I know you're going through this, but then we all dislike when we're trying to say something or share something with someone that is painful. And then all the other person can say is, when I went through this, I did that. Like we're in a contest to see who suffer more, which makes no sense, right? So let's not add our pain towards others. Halfway through our message for today, seek without pretension the best way to be useful. So without any need for ostentation and pretension to impress anybody, best way to be useful all the time. She didn't say here when, how, so we say all the time. Wherever you are, God put you there for a reason. Your presence in this earth is very important. You have a mission. Very small towards your own self and evolution, not diminishing our value, right? We all have a mission. You may be accomplishing very small acts or very big acts. The majority of us can be very useful all the time, providing physical help towards the physical needs of others, and sometimes we can seek to be useful to our guardian angels or to the guardian angels of others when we apply some of the other tasks. Right? We can pray for the folks we encounter. We can help them. We can meet with them where they are. Forgive without excusing yourself. So forgiveness allows you to free yourself from that pain, right? Letting it be. People may have hurt you. Forgive them. 7 times 7. Jesus already told us to forgive all the time our enemies. And do not excuse yourself, because there's a small chance that what you perceive as someone hurt you, we may have had some sort of stake in this infraction against you. So we never know what is our own responsibility towards that act. So forgive your enemies, forgive the ones you love, forgive yourself for your mistakes, because we don't want to stay on the cycle of feeling guilty, right? We're feeling remorse. Forgive, make amends, repair, go help the ones who hurt you. This is a very difficult but good exercise, right? Look at this one. Do not speak bad about anyone. Words, thoughts, and feelings. No speaking bad about anybody. So we're thinking about, would you like someone else to talk bad about you? Probably not. So if we don't want anybody to talk bad about us, we shouldn't be talking bad about anybody. And you say, easier said than done. True. Sometimes we are in certain environments where folks will come to you and say, well, did you see so-and-so, this happened, blah, blah, blah. And then you say, what if I don't engage? You don't engage. Smile, pray for that person, and then find a way just to do the next thing, which is seek the best in all people that share their experiences with you. All people, the ones who live in the same house as you do, the ones who were born in the same family, the ones you work with, the ones you encounter each and every day. So if you do what Emmanuel told us to do in the book Foreign Life, chapter 10, seek the good, feel the good, visualize the good, mold the good in all of your resources, with all your resources, right? So if you do not speak bad about anybody, if someone come to you, if you catch yourself starting, stop and think, that person is a child of God. Therefore, there's a seed of goodness in them. They're good. There's something about them that you can find that is good. And if you can't find, do what your grandma told you to do. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything. Just silence, right? Silence, that aggressiveness, that instinct of replying and feeding. This is a good one too. Rejoice with the happiness of others. So let's be happy. If people get to accomplish things, get to overcome obstacles, let's pray and be joyful of the happiness of them. What is yours will come to you. What is supposed to be theirs is theirs. People have different experiences. We have different merits for everything, right? So let's rejoice in the happiness of other folks. What else does our dear Sheyne tell us? Do not bother who is working. So if you, let's say you get somewhere and someone is doing something important, don't go bother them. Let them be. Ask them if you can help, but don't deviate them from their work. And it kind of goes together with 18, which we want to see, help spontaneously. So if someone is doing something good, do not prevent them from doing something good. Go help. Help spontaneously. And then my note says here, do not wait to be asked to do anything. Everywhere you go, be proactive. Let's say, for example, you are in the Spiritist center, get there a little bit early, and you sit there and start a meditation. I'm sure there's something good you can do without having to be asked. If you see someone carry something, offer. If you see a trash on the floor, pick it up. If you see the need for help, go and help them spontaneously. Let's train ourselves to be useful at all times. Respect the service of others. Each person is doing something good. Everybody has something to offer. So if they're serving and they're helping others and not hurting anybody, respect it. If you disagree, which you have the right to, remember that we don't condemn the opinions of others. You have the right to disagree and think that may not be of service. We're still humans. Let them be, move on, and look for a way for you to serve better. Serve in a different way. Don't battle with them. Respect the service they're providing. And I'm not just saying service in this physical sense of the word. I'm talking about the spiritual works that we do as well, right? Especially in the Spiritist Center, let's respect the service that our friends are providing. Reduce your private problems. Sometimes we have too many problems, perceived or real. A lot of times we make more problems than we have. We create more problems because we are overly preoccupied with ourselves. And it's hard sometimes to step back and say, I have all these things. This is not really a problem. It's easier to see that it wasn't a problem after the situation is passed. But let's remove this poor me mentality. Oh, I have all these problems. If you serve others and you help spontaneously, you're going to notice over time there are many, many people out there who could use your help. And when you're helping others, you forget about yourself. And you see there's many people there with worse problems than we have. I'm not saying your problems are not important. I'm not saying you don't have problems. Don't. That's not what we are talking about. We're talking about diminishing those problems, being content where you are, being grateful of what you have. And sometimes we create problems because we're discontent with what we have. This one is the last one. Serve with goodwill when sickness visits you. And her comment comes next. So even when you're sick, serve everybody with goodwill. Don't be the grumpy person who's sick and nobody can get close to. There's a reason why we undergo sickness, and it's not pleasant. Nobody likes to suffer. However, if we resign ourselves to the situation we are, we're more able to tap into our connections with our mentors and ask them for help. And serve even when you're sick. But that's probably when you least want to serve. But serving when you don't feel physically able to may be very helpful in you detaching yourself from that sickness. And even in the process of serving others, you guys know, our mentors, the spirit physicians, nurses, and therapists can always come our way to help us if they know that goodwill is inside of us. Last comment she says is, the apprentice, that's you and I, in the terrestrial experience who wants and can apply themselves to at least some of the exercises here proposed, certainly will receive from the Divine Master the most distinct notes in the course of charity in the school of life. So she says, who wants? We do, right? We all want to apply this. And we can, yes, we can. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here today watching or listening to the show. So one suggestion would be, there are, counting here, 7, 14, 16 days left. So for the next 15 days left for the month of January, put each one of these in your calendar. Try to work in one item per day for the next 20 days. Write it down on a piece of paper, put it on your cell phone, on your calendar, and then you can have a way to do the tracking. Work on it, effort, repetition, effort, repetition. We've been through many different lives, and now we are awakened to these beautiful teachings of Spiritism, and we are allowed to, by the mentors, to gain this knowledge. So how can you help us? How can you help others? Of course, you must share what you know, without any bitterness. Go to thespiritistmagazine.org, download the resources, read them over and over again. Every time you read, you get a new insight. If you have any questions, comments, or you have any talents that you'd like to share with the magazine team, our editor-in-chief, Vanessa Saloni, write to spiritistmagazine@gmail.com. Like us on Facebook, of course, so you'll get notifications when the magazine is gonna come, the next issues are gonna come. And I hope that you've enjoyed this message, that you were able to reflect some with me. I'll say hi to the friends. Hi, Hipólito. Welcome, dear friend. I have Gabriel Inácio, Camila de Carvalho Teixeira, and all of the other friends I mentioned before. So, dear friends, I will see you again every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in the United States of America. And may you have a blessed week, a blessed night. May our Master Jesus allow us to be in touch with our guardian angels each and every day, so they can inspire us towards applying these teachings, towards helping one another, fulfilling God's will for us on this planet. Many blessings. Thank you so very much for the honor to be here, and until next week.